And I did go and do my market research. The reason I love what the Jaegers are doing is because when I met Dexter, I only met him last week for the first time in St. Louis. I've been hearing about this legend. He reminded me exactly of my rich dad. I mean, that guy doesn't think like normal people do. He has a different point of view. But the reason I respect the Jaegers so much is they're very much like my poor dad from the point of view they're dedicated to education first. And so that's why I decided to, my diamond upline is Bill and Amy Galvin from Dallas, Texas, to join this business rather than start my own. So the point I'm bringing up here is this: how many people have ever had a hard time talking to one of these people here about this? Okay? It is almost impossible because they do not understand. They do not understand. These people are into job security. They want to know, and these people here, a business owner, and many times when I'm building a business, I may not get paid from anywhere from 1 to 7 years. I have to build a business. When I met my wife, I was building another business. I know she didn't marry me for my money because I didn't have any money. I was building a business. And we worked very hard to build businesses. One of my problems with the school system today is they're still teaching people to look for nice, safe, secure what? Jobs, and it's making them wimps. So the thing I want to talk to you about is a lot of times when I talk to other audiences, most corporations don't invite me in to talk to their employees. They don't like me for some reason. I can't figure out why. Because I predominantly teach entrepreneurship and investing when I teach. And so a lot of people want to find their path to financial freedom this way. The problem with this is if they're looking for nice, safe, secure jobs, they're also looking for nice, safe, secure investments. And there aren't any. And that's why they get wiped out. You know, they have this thing called the 401k and mutual funds. I mean, it's a great idea. But investing is a game of winners and losers. And I'm concerned that within the next few years, there's going to be a lot of these guys who are going to get cleaned out. What were they, last week, what they cleaned out? No. So the reason I support what the Jaegers are doing is because, and what each and every one of you is doing, is every time you show the plan, you're giving one of these, oh, excuse me. What was that again? Where is my paycheck, sir? One of these people an opportunity to join the business. Because I will show you the path to the ultra rich follow. This is the path that Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, who else? Anyway, Trump. What they do is they build businesses. That's what the rich do. And this here is the path of the ultra rich. They first build businesses, and because they have so much money, they have to invest it somewhere. When I spent time talking to Dexter Jaeger in St. Louis, this is exactly what he does. He builds businesses and he invests. I meet a lot of people who come here and they try and be investors, but they ain't got enough money to invest, so they gotta play it safe. That makes sense, you guys here? So what you guys doing, in my opinion, is a smart way to do it. That's the way Bill Gates did it. He builds businesses and he's got so much money, he's got to invest. And that's the path of the ultra rich. And every time you guys show the plan to one of these people here, you're giving them the opportunity to become ultra rich. So give yourselves a hand for that. One of the tough parts, really quickly, is when I meet, I think this is the worst position of all. The reason is the government rips them to shreds. But the problem with this is if you're these are the really smart people. The trouble with being successful here is what happens if you're good. You get busy. And then you have to work harder. And because you're not very good at managing your cash flow, pretty soon you're like this again. You know, you're working hard, and your cash flow is going out the door. That's why, in my opinion, this is one of the hardest ones. These guys on planet Earth they're called the rugged individuals. And if you play this game twice with them, they're going to go, oh, now I know what they're talking about. Now I know what that plan is for. You're trying to get me off the wimp track and get you on the fast track that Dexter, Yeager, and the Diamonds are on. This is the fast track, and that's the wimp track. And so every time you show the plan, and if you play the game, you're assisting me in narrowing the gap between the haves and the have-nots. So I thank you all very much for that. Thank you.